My name is Terry.
My name is Chuck.
Hello there. How is everybody? Hope you're doing well. Let's jump into episode number 2 with some memes that we found. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you never farted, Chuck?
Well, not really, but now that you mention it, wonder what would happen.
Well, I think I found your answer, Chuck. Check this out.
Would you just look at that clench?
Chuck, I bet she could split an atom with that.
I don't know, but whatever she's holding in there isn't coming out. It's like a demon holding onto a soul.
Somebody better call a priest.
Imagine telling a priest there was a boy trapped in there that likes older men. I bet he could pry them apart. No matter how tight the grip.
Now, I'm not sure where you do your shopping, Chuck, but some of the things I have seen there are incredible.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean, Terry. I've seen all sorts of things. Exactly. Like this.
Fucking clean up on aisle Gary.
Someone's definitely left the brownies in the oven too long.
That's definitely more than a shit kid, Chuck. That's a big old bumful.
Reminds me of an old band I used to listen to. What's their name? That's right, Puddle of Mud.
That's why I don't trust farts, Chuck.
Has this ever happened to you?
Maybe some big buff dude has walked up to him and asked him for his number, and he's just used this as a defense mechanism.
Oh, no. Let's move on to the next one.
I'm pretty sure when the recipe calls for you to brown the meat, I don't think they mean like this.
You know when you open up a packet of meat and it smells like a fart, Terry? This is exactly the reason why it smells like ass.
I mean, everybody likes a nice rich gravy on their meats, but this is ridiculous.
Imagine if you took a piece of meat home thinking it was marinated.
Did someone call for rump steak?
Rump steak. Good one, Terry.
Keep your eye on the screen, Chuck. This one's a doozy.
Well, shit. Well, at least we know what happened to Violet Beauregard from Willy Wonka.
Last time I seen somebody all in blue looking that depressed was Colton fans in round 23, 2022, when they failed to make the finals.
God forbid she makes it into the cookie section.
God forbid, Chuck. God forbid.
All right, Terry, I got one more for you.
Jesus fucking Christ, how the fuck does this even happen?
I know, right? Imagine this thing tickling the old brown eye.
You know what? Maybe that's what it's for. He probably picks up Granny's bingo and uses it to clean away the cobwebs, if you know what I mean.
Nothing like brushing away the dirt before cleaning out the pool, am I right, Terry? That was a blast. Okay, now it's time for some weird news. Okay, what do you got for me, Terry?
London YouTuber claims to have been abducted by aliens and fallen in love with one of them. To find her soulmate, London actress Abby Bella looked to the skies. She claimed that she fell for an alien after it swept her into its UFO and right off her feet. Bored by the pandemic and unimpressed by the offerings on Earth, Bella explained that she joked online about wanting an alien to abduct her. Before long, she began to have dreams of a white light, and then, on May the 31st, Bella said she heard a noise in her dream. It commanded her to wait in the usual spot. Bella had never heard the voice before, and yet she says she knew what it meant. The next evening, I sat next to my open window, Bella said. She waited, and as she began to fall asleep, around 12:15 a.m., a flying saucer swept into view. Before Bella knew it, she wasn't in her bedroom any longer. There was a bright green beam which transported her into the UFO. Most might be alarmed by such a turn of events, but not Bella. I'm one of those people who all my life have had weird encounters, she explained on her YouTube channel. Nevertheless, Bella soon found herself where very few humans claim to have ever gone, in the belly of a flying saucer. In Bella's telling, she encountered 5 aliens in the UFO. They were tall and slender, but Bella couldn't make out their true forms. I couldn't see them clearly, and they telepathically said, "I'm not ready to see them in their true form," Bella claimed. But from what I could see, they had a slight green hue and big black eyes with human features, such as eyebrows. But Bella wasn't frightened. On the contrary, she was love-struck. There was one who connected with me, she gushed, describing the feeling as being in love times 100. I didn't get his name, but I felt exactly the same. However, the star-crossed lovers faced a few hurdles. For one, the alien told her that dating a human was taboo. although he was willing to break the rules for another. Bella wasn't sure that she wanted to leave the planet Earth and never look back. He said I had to consent to go with him, but I didn't want to say yes in case they took me forever. So sadly, Bella left the UFO after just 20 minutes, and back on Earth, she bemoaned the gaping differences between aliens and Earthmen. Aliens offer an extra quality of care, she said. Men on Earth just tell lies and have double standards.
What a fucking bitch.
Some, Bella noted, might be squeamish about Earthling-alien relationships, but they just haven't considered interspecies dating. Bella hopes to be a pioneer in this field and normalize interplanetary love.
I remember I was abducted once, but not by aliens. I still remember the taste of Santa's gin-pickled tongue.
What?
Oh shit, did I say that out loud?
Let's move on.
Well, here's a new story I think you'll find interesting, Terry. Woman faces felony charges for forgetting to return Sabrina the Teenage Witch VHS tape 20 years ago. Recently, Karen McBride found herself in legal hot water over a long overdue rental. Karen McBride received a nasty shock while trying to update her married name. She was apparently a criminal for a crime she didn't even remember committing. In fact, she was guilty of a crime most people of a certain age have probably committed. 20 years ago, she forgot to return a VHS tape. Karen made the discovery during a trip to the DMV. The former Oklahoma resident had moved from Texas and gotten married and needed to update her information. She had gone to change her driver's license during the whole COVID thing, and you had to make an appointment. They told her that they had an issue in Oklahoma. McBride was mystified. She called the number that the DMV had provided and was connected to the Cleveland County District Attorney's Office. During that conversation, McBride was floored to learn that she was a wanted felon. The first thing they told me, it was felony embezzlement. She told me it was over a VHS tape, and I had to make her repeat it because I thought, this is insane. This girl is kidding me, right? She weren't joking. In 1999, someone had rented a copy of Sabrina the Teenage Witch in McBride's name from an Oklahoma video store called Movie Place. When no one returned the VHS cassette, charges were filed. McBride was stunned. Not only did she not remember even renting the VHS cassette, but she didn't even like Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Nobody liked that fucking shit.
I have never watched that show in my entire life. Just not my cup of tea, McBride said. Meanwhile, I'm a wanted felon for a VHS tape. McBride then added, I didn't try to deceive anyone over Sabrina the Teenage Witch, I swear. As she absorbed the shocking news, it dawned on her how such a thing could have happened. In 1999, she had had a roommate. I had lived with a young man. This was over 20 years ago, McBride explained. He had had 2 kids, daughters, that were 8, 10, or 11 years old. And I'm thinking he went and got it and didn't even take it back or something.
What a fucking lying bitch. She fucking knew that she fucking had it the whole fucking time, for fuck's sake.
Can I please just get back to my news, Terry?
Please go ahead and tell me how this bitch thought that she fucking didn't get it when she obviously fucking did.
Alright, where was I? In fact, the more McBride thought about it, the more other parts of her life seemed to suddenly make sense. Since 1999, she had been fired from a handful of jobs. Her employers had never given her a reason. Now she thinks it's because of her criminal background. Fortunately, it seems that McBride won't be a felon for very much longer. The Cleveland County District Attorney's Office announced that they would dismiss the case against her. However, McBride will still need legal intervention to have the felony charges cleared from her record.
I was just thinking, maybe I should call my uncle and tell him I knocked off a heap of his videotapes when I was younger.
Oh, I see, Terry. I think those kinds of tapes were ordered from the back of certain magazines. I wouldn't worry about that too much.
You're probably right.
Okay, it's time for our Stoner Meme of the Week. It would almost feel a sin to smoke this bud.
I'd be filling up that bong with some fucking holy water, or at least smoke it through a cross joint. If you don't know what that is, I suggest you look it up.
I guess after you smoke this bud, you'd feel like you're being crucified.
Stoniness is next to godliness, my friends.
I think this weed should be smoked with the Pope, don't you, Terry?
I remember the last time I smoked weed with the Pope, I wanted to get on my knees and start pleasing Jesus. The kush was that good. Well, we're just about out of time, so here's our What the Fuck fact. What the Fuck fun fact, number 8,395. Coca-Cola was accused of hiring hitmen from a prominent paramilitary group between 1990 and 2002 to kill at least 10 trade union leaders.
Something to think about before you buy your next Coca-Cola, that's for sure.
Only Coke I buy that's drank through a straw is pure white China from Colombia. Fuck the caffeine. If I want a real buzz, I'll buy the good stuff.
I remember your white Christmas of 98.
Let's just say I had too much snow that I got a brain freeze.
Dude, you was literally in a coma for like 10 days.
Just as well I don't fucking remember it then, Chuck. Anyhow, that's all we got time for today. We will answer a couple of questions for the people that have left them in the comment section.
Okay, this one is from our friend over at Cosmic Tales of the Western Edge. Will we have guests on this show?
Well, as a matter of fact, we'll be having guests on this show hopefully in the near future.
I can't wait to see who'll be dropping by. And speaking of dropping by, if you could go over and see the Cosmic Tales of the Western Edge on YouTube, I would appreciate it if you could give him a like.
I can't wait to see who drops by. Should be loads of fun. Looks like we have another one here from Will Wood, who says there's nothing wrong with a button-up shirt.
Oh no, you see, that's where you're wrong, Mr. Wood. Button-up shirts statistically cause more people to be late for things than any other type of clothing.
Not to mention people like Melissa McCarthy, Rosie O'Donnell, Amy Schwimmer, and John Goodman. They're all fat women who think they're funny and always wear a button-up shirt.
Terry, I think you might have added one in there I don't agree with. Melissa McCarthy's clearly a guy.
I know I added that name in merely for comedic purposes. And I would just like to give a quick shout out to all you guys that have already subbed to the channel. I'd like to give a big thanks to Will, Kirk, Dylan, and Cosmic Tales of the Western Edge. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one.
Stay baked, motherfuckers. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to leave your questions in the comment section, and we will answer them at the end of the next episode.
Good night, stoners.
We are out.